Hi, or welcome back, or welcome if you're new. It's Sunshine Lorena, and this is Vlogmas Day 24. It is the last day, and I'm going to be bringing you my anticipated releases for January 2022. Yeah guys, we did it! We're on the last day of Vlogmas Bookmas. I have done it guys, I have done it. I had some doubts throughout the month, but I managed to keep up with this. I am so proud of myself. And yeah, so like I said, this video, my last one of Vlogmas Bookmas, is going to be my anticipated reads for January 2022. Small spoiler for when my 2020 goals video comes out is that I want to keep up to date more with new releases, which is why I want to do these anticipated release videos every single month. Yes, I still need to finalise my goals for next year, but this is one I definitely want to do. So I'm going to do this every single month. I read a variety of genres, if you don't know. However, these are probably going to be more mysteries and thrillers in general over the months, because it is more my go-to genre, but there will be like some romances, contemporary, etc. So yeah, these are ones that have caught my eye that I think are really interesting, and yeah, I thought it'd be great to share with you guys. I'm gonna do it by genre, so on January's list I have a lot of thrillers, quite a few thrillers, and then I have some romances. I'm gonna start with the thrillers and then we'll go to romances. I'm gonna do them in publication order as well. Okay, so the first one, which is coming out on the 4th of January, is Do You Follow by J.C. Bidone. This one I have managed to get from, I have gotten from NetGalley, so I am definitely going to be reading this one, and I should be reading it very soon to make sure I get my review up there. But in this one, I'm just going to read the synopsis for you. So Alexa lives a sheltered life with her widowed father, feeling stifled by his helicopter parenting when she secures a marketing job in an apartment in New York City. Much to her father's and therapist's concern, Alexa has high hopes of finally sneaking her way into adulthood. But her newfound freedom is cut short when her estranged twin sister Beth, after a long stint in a psychiatric setting, unexpectedly shows up at the doorstep of her tiny apartment. Alexa too has spent some time at the Weinstein Center, but she's determined to lead a normal life now and soon begins to date a YouTuber client. According to Beth, something isn't quite right with Kurt, but Alexa shrugs her clingy sister's warnings off. It's Beth who's crazy after all. As the sisters' bond grows strained over Alexa's relationship and career success, questions mount and secrets unfold, revealing the wickedly dark shared history of the twin siblings. What exactly happened when the twins were only 9 that set this violent trajectory in motion? Things get more complicated, and one treacherous act threatens everything Alexa has been working toward. It will be on her and Beth to claw the way out of this situation. So it sounds super intriguing. I like when thrillers do involve a family dynamic, and I like the fact that it's like between two sisters. The fact that you know that they're estranged. It's just like what actually happened, because twins always seem to be really close in general when you see twins. So it's gonna be really interesting. So yeah, it definitely sounds really interesting, and yeah, interesting situation. And I do love when a thriller has that kind of what happened in their past vibe to it, so that sounds really fun. Yeah, so the next one I have on this list is going to be released on the 6th of January 2022. Why can't I say 2022? And it is The Wanderer, and it's by Luca De Andrea, and it's translated from Italian into English by Catherine Gregor. Luca De Andrea is apparently Italy's best-selling answer to Stephen King, is what it says, which is what caught my eye. Because I do love a good king. So yes, in this one it begins with a slap in the face. Out walking in St. Bernard, Tony Carcano is confronted by a girl on a motorbike who shows him a photograph from his past of him posing with the body of a young woman smiling. Why are you laughing? It's not the last Tony sees of Sibel Knapp, an orphan whose mother drowned herself in Kruitz Lake in 1999. That was the official verdict. Before long, Tony's a best-selling writer is turning his imagination to working out what really happened. But Kruitz is a sullen, silent community, loyal to the powerful Perkman family who will stop at nothing to keep the truth buried, and there are other forces at work in this valley. Stories of an ancient evil, whispers of a figure who stands between this world and the next. The wanderer sings, and his song is the wind. So yes, definitely sounds very intriguing. It does sound a little bit kind of Stephen King-esque. It sounds like there's going to be lots of good creepy vibes in this one. So yes, like I said, I was intrigued because they're saying that, you know, he's Italy's answer to kind of Stephen King, and yeah, I do really enjoy Stephen King's books. So yes, I think this one will be really, really good. And then the next one, which has also been released on the 6th of January, is The House Fire, and it's by Rosie Walker. And in this one, play with fire and you will get burned. Who can you trust in this brand new age of UC thriller? A tired old seaside town hiding a series of unsolved arson attacks. A derelict mansion in the woods with a long buried secret. A bundle of old love letters that make a dark story. When Jamie's documentary investigation gets too close to uncovering the truth behind a series of deadly arson attacks that tormented Abby Wick in the 1980s, her family might be the ones who pay the price. But for her younger sister, Cleo, the secrets Jamie uncovers have potential to get exactly what Cleo wants, to remove her mum's toxic new husband from their lives forever. All it takes is one spark to send everything up in smoke. Yeah, so this one sounds so good. I also like the cover of this one. I really like that cover. And also to make you aware, currently, this is on Amazon UK, the Kindle edition is on pre-order for 99p, so it really isn't that expensive, but yes, sounds really intriguing. I love when like we're trying to investigate something, there's hidden secrets. It also sounds like the sister's going to do something, so I think there's like multiple layers in this thriller that sound really fun. Yeah, it's really gonna get you into it, and it sounds like it could be quite a fast-paced one, and I do love when there's a buried secret in the thrillers. Then the next one is due to be released on the 12th of January, and that is The Night of the Party, and is by Anna Lou Weatherly. This is a psychological thriller. The Kindle edition for pre-order, just to let you know, is $1.99 on this one. In the UK again. So in this one, 2 couples, 3 secrets, 1 murder. In a beautiful house surrounded by woodland, the Drayton family and their dearest friends are enjoying dinner together. The wine is flowing, the meal has been lovingly prepared, and it's going to be an evening none of them will ever forget. A doting mother with a manipulative daughter. A loving husband lying to his family. A close friend keeping a shocking secret. A beautiful girl who will be dead by the end of the night. So yes, it sounds super, super intriguing. I love a good psychological thriller. And also I like when you are giving scenarios where everyone has something, so you're never too sure what's gonna happen. I kind of like it when, you know, there's multiple suspects in thrillers. And yeah, it just sounds super intriguing. It says, you know, fans of Lisa Jewell, Gillian McAllister and Lucy Foyle will be hooked on the night of the party. So yes, and it looks like it's got some good kind of early reviews as well on it. So it sounds really good, and like I said, the Kindle edition is actually a good price as well for your pre-order. So the next one is due to be released on the 13th of January, and that is The 8-Year Lie, and it's by J.M. Hewitt. Again, another one with a good pre-order price on Kindle at $1.99, so not too expensive. This is a suspenseful psychological thriller, this one. So she ran from the truth. She will do whatever it takes to hide it. Jessica returns home one day to find her husband Patrick dead. It's unclear what caused his death, and though the shock is huge, she cannot pretend it's entirely unexpected. The police have questions, and Jessica knows that once they hear the answers, her fate may well be sealed. 8 years ago, Jessica was living another life. She was a different person, and despite what people think, she has changed. Anyway, there was never any proof that she harmed anyone back then, yet on the day she loses her husband, a ghost from the past reappears. Louise was her friend once, but that was then. Now they're strangers, except Louise seems very familiar, so familiar it's like peering into a mirror. Why would she go out of her way to look just like Jessica, unless more than one person has been keeping deadly secrets? So yes, this sounds so good. I love when they have a secret past and things are unraveling. I love how you kind of given this impression that, you know, somebody from our past is obviously up to something as well. And yes, it sounds really good, up my street. yes, I love when there's so many secrets in thrillers, guys. I just love it. It also says that if you, perfect for fans for Lisa Jewell and K.L. Slater as well, if you like those sort of thrillers. Guys, I have like so many Lisa Jewell books and I haven't picked them up yet, but I'm going to. But yes, this sounds really, really good to me. The next one is due to be released on the 25th of January, and that's Good Rich People, and it is by Eliza Jane Brazier. Now this one unfortunately does not have those cheaper price tags like the other few I said. Kindle edition on this one's $11.99 and the hardcover is $22.99. But this one sounds so good. Like, I really want to read this one. I think this is one of the more anticipated ones out of this list. So in this one, Layla has always believed that her life is a game she's destined to win, but her husband Graham takes the game to dangerous levels. The wealthy couple invites self-made success stories to live in their guest house and then conspires to ruin their lives. After all, there's nothing worse than a bootstrapper. Demi has always felt that the odds were stacked against her. At the end of her rope, she seizes the risky opportunity to take over another person's life and unwittingly becomes the subject of the upstairs couple's wicked entertainment. But Demi has been struggling all her life and she's not about to go down without a fight. In a twist that neither woman see coming, the game quickly devolves into chaos and rockets towards an explosive conclusion. Because every good rich person knows, in money and in life, it's winner takes all, even if you have to leave a few bodies behind. Like I said, this one is probably the most anticipated out of this list. It just sounds so good. The fact that, you know, this couple obviously mess around with people's lives for whatever reason, because they're rich, they're bored, want to be entertained. But what they didn't expect is that somebody's taking over someone else's life, and she's obviously going to give them a run for their money. It just sounds so intriguing, and it sounds like it could get really messy and just, it sounds so good. And like I said, it is one of the more anticipated ones out of this list for me. So the next one on this list is the last thriller on here, and it is due to be released on the 25th of January as well. And this was my first like actual approval on NetGalley. So when I've been reading the ARCs before from NetGalley, it's always been like the Read Now ones, but this is the first one that I've applied to read and I've been accepted. So I'm so happy, I'm so excited to read this one. It is a psychological thriller, and it is The New Girl by Ruth Heelid. So in this one, behind her dream life hides the perfect nightmare. I couldn't believe it when I got the call to offer my dream job. It was right in the heart of the city with a flat provided. I jumped at the chance and within days I made new friends and I'm dating a wonderful man. For the first time in years, I feel safe. It's a world away from the life I ran from. But soon strange things begin to happen in my flat. Odd noises in the night, that feeling that I'm being watched. When I discover an old dress hidden behind my wardrobe and wear it to work, the atmosphere chills instantly. The dress belonged to a girl my boss would rather forget, the girl before me who vanished without a trace. I tell myself not to worry, that I'm just imagining things, but when a young woman arrives on my doorstep, she warns me to leave my new life behind. She tells me there are more girls like me and we are more connected than I could ever imagine. Then I come face to face with the reason I ran all those years ago, and it soon becomes clear. Sometimes someone knows my secret and they'll do anything to keep me silent. It says it's a totally gripping, unputable down and twisty psychological thriller, perfect for fans of Girl on the Train, Gone Girl and You. So yes, this one, when I read the synopsis, caught my eye, and I absolutely love Girl on the Train and Gone Girl. I haven't read You, but I've seen the TV series and I love that as well. So this sounded perfect for me. I'm really intrigued again, you know, the secret past, what was her life like before, and also this other mystery that somebody who lived in the flat before disappeared, obviously. So it sounds really, really good. And like I said, I'm super excited because it's my first like proper, like I was approved for the ARC, and I'm so happy to read it. Again, this one actually is $1.99 for the Kindle edition as well when it comes out in January. So yeah, another good price. So yes, now I'm going to go on to the romances. So this first one is going to be released on the 3rd of January, and it is Safety in Numbers, and it's by Sophie Pengallon. Again, the Kindle edition is at 99p and its paperback is $6.99, so I think it's quite a reasonable price book as well. I read Christmas with Hamish by this author, also as like a Read Now ARC from NetGalley, and I really enjoyed it. I loved her romance writing style. So yes, when I saw this in the Read Now, I definitely thought I'm going to read it. I like to, you know, switch things around a little bit sometimes and add some romance in for a little bit of like light reading. So in this one, when a tragic accident leaves mathematician Serafina Ellis broken and despairing, she's convinced that she will live out the remainder of her life in lonely solitude. Determined to conceal her disability from her co-workers, she hides away in desolate cubicle, crossing off the days of her life, unfulfilled and defeated. A chance meeting with the irresistible but mesmerizing billionaire scientist and CEO Milo Grant provides her with the job of her dreams and the chance of escape from cubicle land. But Grant is haunted by his own monsters and is increasingly interested in more than just her mathematical magic. In this touching and sexually charged contemporary romance, Sophie Pentagon manages to deliver a novel that is light-hearted and fun whilst dealing with the difficult topics of loss and disability. So yeah, like I said, I really liked her writing style. In Christmas at the Hamish, she also touched on a little bit tougher topics, and as you can see, this one is also dealing with loss and disability. So she does seem to write romances, you know, you get the love, romance, fluffy bits, but she tackles those tougher topics as well, because yeah, everything isn't perfect. So yes, I think it's going to be really good. It sounds fun. I like the cover. I love when romances have this cover. It caught my eye, and yeah, I'm looking forward to reading this one. And the next one on the list here is going to be released on the 11th of January, and it is No Ex Before Marriage by Portia McIntosh. And again, Kindle edition is at $1.99 at the moment for pre-order, which is really good. Another romance. I have another book by this author on my shelves. I haven't read it yet, but it's a +1 packed. But yes, it sounds like she writes really fun romances, so I think it's going to be, yeah, fun. So in this one, it's not over until someone says I do. While her friends join the wife club one by one, Poppy feels like part of her life is done and dusted. Already married and divorced, she's not desperate to go through all of that again. But what if her divorce never actually went through? After a shock revelation, Poppy not only discovers that she's still married, but that Zach is about to have his second wedding. Coming face to face with her almost ex-husband after 6 years apart is never going to be easy. And when Zach panics and tells his new wife-to-be that Poppy is family, things can't get much worse as she's welcomed with open arms to be part of the wedding party. As the memories flood back, can Poppy really leave the past where it is, and can she watch the first love of her life walk down the aisle to say I do once again? So yes, this one really intrigued me with that title, the synopsis. It sounds like it's going to be like a really messy kind of romance. It's kind of like I suppose like a second chance romance. So I think, yeah, it's going to be really fun to see how that one works out. And yeah, so like second chance love, and the fact that the divorce never went through, which is really intriguing to me. But yeah, it sounds like really, really fun. And the last one that I have on this list is due to be released on the 18th of January. And I've just seen that it's the Kindle edition on the 18th of January, but the paperback isn't until February, the 24th of February, which seems a bit odd, but it comes out in January anyway, on the Kindle edition. And that is Lucky Leap Day, and it's by Anne Marie Walker. So with this one, what caught my eye was the whole like leap day thing, because it reminded me of the film Leap Day, and I was like, oh, is it going to be around a romance based around that? So that's what caught my eye on this one. So in this one, up-and-coming screenwriter Cara Kennedy has the biggest meeting of her career in 2 days, but for now she's on vacation. Her short trip to Ireland is all planned out. 1, see the sights around Dublin. 2, don't think about her jerk of an ex she's supposed to spend this trip with. 3, relax with some Irish whiskey. 4, propose a sexy Irish musician on Leap Day. 5, wake up married. Wait, those last 2 things weren't on her list. A whirlwind trip to Ireland is supposed to end with a suitcase full of wool sweaters and souvenir pint glasses, not a husband you only just met. After one too many whiskies, fledgling screenwriter Cara Kennedy takes a page out of someone else's script when she gets caught up in the Irish tradition of women proposing on Leap Day. She wakes up the next morning with a hot guy in her bed and a tin-foil ring on her finger. Her flight is in 4 hours, and she has the most important meeting of her career in exactly 2 days. Nothing she can do except take her new husband and his adorable dog back to LA with her and try to untangle the mess she's made of her life. This, yes, sounds so funny. On here it says that it's perfect for fans of Friends to Lovers. sensual slow burn romance, and yes, it sounds so fun. This like, obviously they kind of skipped ahead to the very end, well not the end of the relationship, but you know, they've skipped right to like, you know, marriage and the relationship, so she's almost like working backwards I think in this one. So yeah, it's gonna be, I suppose, I think this one's gonna be like, you know, is he and her gonna actually fall in love and they're gonna be happy ever after? Is their marriage gonna work? But it sounds really intriguing, and like I said, I like that concept of leap day because it reminded me of the film and it sounded, yeah, really fun. And that's it for the anticipated January releases that I have on my list. And yeah, like I said, I'm going to be doing this every month, and yes, I am hopefully going to get to a few of these in January. Fingers crossed that I get to them. But yes, let me know if you have any of these on your list, or if you have any other anticipated releases. And yeah, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll hopefully see you in the next one. I'm going to be going back to my regular posting schedule, so I'll post every Sunday and Wednesday. Bye!